a lot of the funds are now launching Europe-specific funds, and this is just one more way to get investors to put money into NFOs and then feel bad about it. So we're actually going to ask, because it was a really big thing to invest in international funds that did so well over the last 1 year. And you're banking on the fact, I suppose, that a lot all of investors don't know the difference.
There's a Greece there's a Portugal, there's a Spain, they still invest in Europe.
And this is a Europe-specific fund, so you're not just investing in Germany. All right, let me bring in Dhirendra Kumar, the CEO of Value Research. Dhirendra, like Nikunj was just talking about, a lot of EU-specific funds being launched. We have one from DWS that we talked about last week, two more Euro-specific NFOs in the market. The first one, and this is a long name, Religare Invesco Pan-European Equity. That NFO is open till the 29th of January. It will invest in the NFO Pan-European Equity Fund, which is an overseas equity fund focusing on Europe. Now, does it make sense to invest in this fund? Do you see merit in this NFO?
There could be some merit in investing in international fund because the need for Indian investors to diversify. Then looking at these options, you have options to choose. One is going for an international fund which invests all across. But they're investing in a fund which invests all over the world. They will also be emphasizing emerging market, and their India or economies like India will also figure. So that will be a duplication. I think if you are looking at diversification, the reason to diversify is that you are able to de-risk yourself from something bad or something bad happening to our economy and our companies or our investments struggling over time. So from that standpoint, it makes sense. European markets look attractive because they have not seen the kind of run-up which US market has seen. But I don't see that these are the kind of vehicles which are truly as diversified as either the US fund or some of the global funds which are available to Indian investors.
In fact, Dhirendra, there's another fund that's open for investment right now in the NFO phase, the JP Morgan Europe Dynamic Equity Offshore Fund. This NFO is open till the end of the month on the 31st of January. The fund will in turn invest in the JP Morgan Europe Dynamic Fund, which is an equity fund, again, very aggressively managed portfolio of European companies. Now, you did talk about the fact that Europe hasn't run up as much as US, but does this fund offer anything different, or are all these funds largely alike?
Yes, one interesting thing about all these NFOs is that they come with a track record. Though they are new funds available to Indian investors, these funds have long track record. If you look at the DWS or the JP Morgan or the Religare fund offered, they have reasonable history, they have well articulated objective, strategy, and they look promising. Looking at, and they are quite differentiated. When we look at, the DWS fund, that looks very interesting because, and it's going to be investing in a very defined market. Then comes, the Religare fund, which is going to be a large cap fund. So I think that also has a merit. Likewise, JP Morgan, which is an aggressive growth fund, so to say, and it is going to be very actively and dynamically managed to spot for opportunity. So this will turn out to be a, aggressive return chasing fund. I think there is a case for all of them, but I'm not in a position to really prioritize which one to go for today, in the absence of enough, enough information on their strategies.
All right, Dhirendra, many thanks for answering our questions there. Right now, it might not make sense to consider Europe-focused funds, but that is back to Nikunj.